You have the floor.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues, partners, and guests, dear friends, it's an honor to welcome you here and see so many of you join this meeting of the Prague Process Migration Dialogue. We met in Skopje and a turning point. Migration is not an abstract policy. It is a daily reality at our borders, in our towns, and in the lives of families. We feel its pressure and we feel its human cost. The story of my country is a simple one. We learned by doing. We trained our officers. We rebuilt crossing points. We opened channels of cooperation with neighbors and with EU agencies. These steps reduce chaos at the borders and saved lives. We invest in people, technology, and joint action. Yet, lessons alone are not enough. The EU Pact on Migration and Asylum sets new rules and, even more important, new expectations. It aims for uniform procedures, stronger external borders, and fair responsibility sharing. These rules are to be abided by EU member states, but have everything to do with the Western Balkans because they shape the reality we must implement it. Let me be very honest with you. The pact will not work if it's applied inside EU member states only, while the Western Balkans are left to cope alone. That gap creates legal and operational holes, diverts flows into neighbor countries, and turns common standards into empty words. It is like listening a dish on the menu, but never bringing it to the table. To be even more direct, the policy exists on paper, but not where it must be put into practice and where the changes likewise must happen. I urge the European Commission and our international partners to pair the pact with practical multi-year funding, operational support, and formal partnership membership so Western Balkans authorities can ally laws, share IT and intelligence, and run joint pilots. Without those concrete tools, the pact will stop at the border, and the border will fall on those less able to bear it. We accept the challenges. We offer partnership. We will continue the modernized border, among mainly to the smart borders concept, infrastructure, expand trainings, and share intelligence. We will protect vulnerable people and fight smugglers. These are not abstract promises. They are concrete actions we already carry out. But the fact remains that the Western Balkans can implement the pact only if the EU matches rules with reality. I underline the need of creating a formal pathway for parallel implementation and partnership with Western Balkan states, including joint pilots and legal alignment support. This must include clear timelines and mutual accountability. We need tools we can use now, not distance guidance. Respected colleagues, you know that migration and asylum better than me. Each one of you is very much aware of what you are doing on national level to set up the pact plans. But imagine if this was or is done jointly. Policy without partnership is a list of good intentions. Rules without resources are paper. If the Western Balkans have a fighting chance through funding, technical help, and real partnership, then the pact can become a shared success. If not, the border will fall on our streets and on the most vulnerable among us. Let this meeting turn ideas into joint projects. Let it bind our hands in work, not only in words. I am also aware that the pact is not the only issue you are going to discuss in the following 2 days. As a migration dialogue, the Prague process matters because it moves talk into joint action where it counts most, at the borders and in the agencies that run them. By bringing ministers, border services, and practitioners together, it creates shared experiments, common tools, and on the ground, teams that test what actually works. That practical cooperation built compatible procedure, faster training, and interoperable systems. So standards are not just written in Brussels, but applied across the whole route. If we want migration policy to hold, we must make sure the place people pass through are parts of design and running the solutions, not left to CAP alone. As host in Skopje, I call for both practical solidarity. Macedonia will keep strengthening its borders and protect people, but the European Commission must give the Western Balkans real tools, clear pathways, and practical funding to make the EU Pact work here. I'm confident you will feel our hospitality and commitment to make a change. I wish you a very successful meeting. Thank you for coming to Skopje and thank you for your attention.